Welcome to Let's Talk Energy. We broadcast live from Solar Academy Studio here at our SMA headquarters in Kassel. Look forward to the world premiere of our new hybrid inverter. And here she is. Here is your presenter, Kimsy von Reischach.
Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to welcome you to Let's Talk Energy and the world premiere of the new hybrid inverter, the Sunny Tripower Smart Energy. Great to have you with us. My name is Kimsy von Reischach and I look forward to spending the next 60 minutes with you where besides an amazing world premiere, I also have some great guests and we are going to get to your questions a little bit later on in the show. So it's an action-packed day, and I'd say let's get started right now with my very first guest. He's none other than the Executive Vice President for the Business Unit Home Solutions. Please welcome Jan van Laethem. Hello, Jan. How are you?
Hi, Kimsy. I'm fine. And you?
Very good, very good. It's an exciting day now, isn't it?
Oh, definitely. I can hardly wait to start here.
Yeah, for sure. Now, before we get to the world premiere, this is still going to take just a few moments. I'd say let's begin with a global perspective. Where are we as humanity at the moment?
Well, indeed, let's start with that global perspective because the most recent COP26 in Glasgow was not really a great success. We unfortunately have to say that. But nonetheless, I am really convinced more and more that people around the world, they are now completely aware of the sense of urgency to do well for the future, for their children and for our grandchildren. And the rise and the success globally of renewable energy is actually proof of that. And I think this expansion that we see is just not going to stop.
Absolutely. Now, if we look at the last, say, 12 months, how has this year been for SMA and what impact did the ongoing corona situation have on your business?
Yeah, well, the actual corona situation is going on for nearly 2 years now. And like any manufacturer around the world, we've had our struggles with our supply chain. However, I can safely say that we managed to overcome most of those troubles. And I would even state more. During these times, our engineers, our product managers, our project managers, everybody has been working so hard to continue to develop new products, new devices, new systems, new platforms, you name it. And that's exactly the reason that we can be standing here to give you this exciting news.
Now, if we narrow in on your business unit, Home Solutions, what are topics that are keeping you busy right now?
Well, the first thing that comes to mind, of course, are the energy costs. They are rising everywhere. And I think this enormous rise in energy costs is all the more reason to take energy matters in your own hands and really keep control of your ingoing and outgoing energy flows. And apart from that, I really believe when we talk about renewable energy, that maybe we should stop doing that and just talk about energy. It's my personal opinion that actually in the near future, those that don't produce renewable energy, they will be the ones that have to answer for themselves, why they don't do it in a sustainable way. Now, that being said, technically with SMA, we have since many years an actual energy operating system, aptly called NXOS, that allows consumers and producers of energy to get connected and actually communicate about the energy flows. And this is applicable to private owners, companies, research institute, you name it, everybody.
Anybody watching?
Everybody basically can use NXOS to make communications, master your own energy at home, or even go onto the market and trade your own energy. And this one we will show you later on. But first, one important element of this is storage. And in this case, specifically battery storage, so that people who produce renewable energy, solar energy in our case, are able to store this energy for later and use it then when they really mostly need it.
Now, before we get to the world premiere, I'd say let's just spend a couple of moments on the solar storage solutions in general that SMA is offering. What do you have in store for us there?
Well, it's actually something that You might not know, but I hope you do, that SMA has been with storage for many, many years already. Even since the early days of SMA, which is now more than 40 years old. I'm not that long with SMA though, but I know that since those early days, SMA has been working very hard to make electrification possible in remote areas where there is no energy. And this way we literally have enabled thousands and thousands of installations in places where there was no electricity before. Now, over the past few years, as our audience knows, the energy storage being connected to the grid has also become a really important topic. So our engineers have, amongst other things, enabled the use of the Sunny Island solutions in grid-connected situations. On top of that, we have also the Sunny Boy storage, who really is the ideal solution if you want to connect an existing PV installation and augment it with storage. Now, if we look to the near future, we do expect on a global scale a rise in storage with probably at least 10% yearly. However, in markets like Germany, we may even see a rise of 15 to 20%.
15 to 20%?
Absolutely.
Are you prepared to handle an increase of 15 to 20%?
Almost definitely. We are fully ready. And that is actually the reason why today we are bringing you the launch of the Sunny Tripower Smart Energy in a world premiere.
Absolutely. I'd say the time is now. Jan, thank you so much for stopping by. Thank you for a little chat. Thanks for sharing all this amazing information. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, the time has come right now to unveil the world premiere of SMA's brand new Sunny Tripower Smart Energy. Here you go. Well, ladies and gentlemen, here it is, the world premiere of the brand new Sunny Tripower Smart Energy here at Let's Talk Energy. And of course, also my next two guests. I would like to introduce you to Joanna Marienhagen and Andreas Gast. Great to have you two here. Hello.
Hi, Kimsy.
Now, Andreas, let me begin with you. You are responsible for sales in Central Europe. And if you look at the Sunny Tripower Smart Energy, what impression does it make?
Yeah, first of all, I must say I'm absolutely happy to be here today with you presenting the SDP Smart Energy first time to our customers. And I'm absolutely excited about this product. And yeah, I'm 100% convinced that this is the right product in the right time where our customers waited for. And when I may refer to Jan this before, Jan already said that we are really in a time of a massive change towards 100% renewable energy. And our SDP Smart Energy, I'm sure, will bring a big benefit to our customers and to the market.
What markets did you have in mind when you came up with the Sunny Tripower Smart Energy?
Yeah, the core markets for the SDP Smart Energy, and I want to address here the English-speaking markets because we are in an English session, are Australia. When I look abroad, then we have markets in Europe like Italy, Spain, Belgium, Netherlands, but also Poland and Sweden are very important markets. And when I look at these markets and what these markets have in common is that we have dramatically rising energy costs for the end consumers and an increasing need for independency. And this is where the SDP Smart Energy really brings a lot of benefit to the markets and our customers.
And what plant size did you have in mind?
Yeah, the typical plant size for the SDP Smart Energy is between 3 and 15 kilowatt peak. This is really the sweet spot. And when I look into the mentioned markets, this is also where we already today see really a very high number of installations. In Europe, I would say it's more than 300,000 installations. And when I look into specific markets like Germany or Austria, already 70% of the PV systems are installed with storage. And the hybrid inverter is for sure also made for storage applications.
Now, I would say next let's talk about features, because of course the Sunny Tripower Smart Energy offers a lot of features. Joanna, I'd like to get to you. You are responsible for the entire inverter portfolio in the business unit Home Solutions. What is your take on the Sunny Tripower Smart Energy? What makes it so special?
Kimsy, how much time do we have? I could be filling an hour with all those specialties of a Sunny Tripower Smart Energy. But Andreas already pointed out to a few features. Let me maybe add two very specific ones, which I'm very excited about. And the first one is the integrated backup functionality. So should the grid not be available for whatever reason, the Sunny Tripower Smart Energy has an integrated backup function which provides power security to selected loads. This is a very important feature in many of our markets. Secondly, I would like to point out that it does integrate itself very seamlessly into the energy systems home. So what it means is that together with the Sunny Home Manager, for example, we combine the so-called sectors, electricity, heat generation, transportation, and then are able to combine those sectors and use the energy needed to satisfy, let's say, transportation needs or heating and ventilation needs and optimize the entire system.
Now, one way how you optimize the system is by using artificial intelligence. Now, can you explain to me in simple terms how artificial intelligence is used in, say, my own home?
Mm-hmm. I'd be happy to. So specifically the Sunny Home Manager does have an algorithm and integrated software, which for one evaluates the consumption patterns within the home and learns when is a lot of energy needed, when are maybe energy peaks, and when we don't need as much energy. At the same time, it takes the weather forecast, calculates the specific prediction of the power generation, and overlays those two. Now, the artificial intelligence comes in where the Sunny Home Manager keeps learning, right? So if I have a change in my system, it does adjust to it and the algorithms are continually improved. Now, this being said though, this is not everything, because based on those two inputs, it can calculate a schedule for the selected loads, let's say washing machines, EV vehicle, heat pumps, you name it. And then those loads are automatically started based on a schedule, and it is ensured that those are run on green energy and as we basically would like it, right? And in comparison, for example, to other systems, the SMA solution does have a very, maybe small but important point to point out here, which is that it does have a prediction, it looks forward and does not make a decision based on the current individual consumption and load. And that prevents that in case of any sudden weather changes, more grid current needs to be purchased.
One important factor is, of course, also you just mentioned it, e-mobility and therefore charging solutions. What solutions does SMA offer in that regard?
Great question. So we do have an EV charger within our portfolio, which is dedicated to securely and safely charge an electric vehicle with solar energy. How it works is that the consumer can use the Energy app to plan the charging process, and then the Sunny Home Manager starts the charging based on the schedule, based on the desired departure time, so then it is guaranteed that the car is fully loaded when it needs to be available, and it's loaded with solar power, which saves costs and is good for the environment.
Now, listening to the two of you, I can hear a lot of features, and I, as a consumer, and I'm sure you ladies and gentlemen feel the same, are totally convinced. But what about the installers? I'm sure you had them in mind also when you decided to design the Sunny Tripower Smart Energy.
Yes, Kimsy, the installers are a very important customer group of SMA, and these are our partners who are installing the complete system at the end customer. And they are taking care for also a high quality installations with high quality equipment from SMA. And when I look into the needs of the installers, they are dealing with this energy system for 20 years together with the end customer for sure, but they are the contact person for the end customer from the first question during the design phase until after perhaps 20, 25 years when the system is removed. And when I look into the phases, then we have the design phase with Sunny Design. Then going into the installation phase, simply take the QR code on the inverter, make the commissioning in 5 minutes, and then going into the running phase of the system over the years. And here the monitoring and service phase is starting. And with the feature Smart Connected, SMA is supporting the installer a lot. Perhaps I may explain Smart Connected shortly. This means that the inverter automatically informs SMA in a case of a failure. And we are initiating the exchange of the inverter automatically. This means that after a short time, the end customer receives already the inverter, the installer gets a message, goes to the end customer and makes the exchange of the broken inverter. And in the best case, the end customer hasn't even recognized this.
Wow, it sounds fantastic. And especially it saves a trip for the installer because he doesn't have to go there and analyze what the problem might or might not be.
Absolutely, absolutely right. And when I may add one thing, this is the 360-degree app. This is an app especially made for our installers. And here, what I described before, from the planning phase over commissioning to the service and lifetime phase, everything is integrated. And this app and the perfect tool for our installers.
That sounded like a lot of benefits for consumers and, of course, also installers. Is there anything you'd like to add, Joanna?
Well, Andreas already mentioned a number of benefits. Maybe I would like to add one specific one, which I didn't hear you mention, which is the Shade Fix. So Shade Fix is an algorithm, is a software integrated in every Sunny Tripower Smart Energy, and it does help to generate optimal yields without the need for additional components.
Yeah, absolutely right, Joanna. And maybe I shortly explain Shade Fix. Some of our customers might hear it perhaps the first time. Shade Fix is an integrated software in all SMA inverters. And this software takes care to make, finally, the best shade management and guarantee to the end customer the highest yields and the highest profitability.
Now, in just a little bit, you two will be answering the questions that you, ladies and gentlemen, will be sending in. You can send in these questions either directly on this platform by writing it into the chat, or if you use a different platform, you can just write it as a commentary. And Andreas and Joanna will be answering these questions in just a few moments. But first, I have a question, and it's a burning question, I would have to say. Availability. Okay, so when can I order the Sunny Tripower Smart Energy? Number one. Number two, when is it going to be installed?
Yeah, good question. And I'm sure a lot of our customers also have this question. So, our customers can order the Sunny Tripower Smart Energy from tomorrow onwards at our distributors, and then the start of delivery will be in April. So, Kimsy, I would say in April it can be installed in your home.
That's fantastic news, Andreas. Thank you so much. So I'd say next up we will be taking a look at a video of a family Sega. They were lucky enough to have the Sunny Tripower Smart Energy installed in their home already, and they're using it, and we filmed their first steps, as you can see right now.
The Seeger family recently moved into their new home. For its energy supply, it relies completely on self-generated solar power. The PV system on the roof produces electricity from the sun. The Seegers use that for their electrical home appliances, but also for heating their water, for heating in general, and for charging their electric vehicles.
Everything is electrified, and that's why we were very definite about opting for a PV system from the outset. And so that it all makes sense, we paired it with a battery storage system, of course. That way, we're as independent as we can be from the external electricity supply, and also have an emergency power supply. It's great fun.
The Sunny Tripower Smart Energy Hybrid Inverter from SMA is the ideal solution for storage systems in private homes. As a compact 2-in-1 solution, it combines solar and battery inverters in one device. Our SMA solar professional partner, Stefan Brandt from Energy System Gross GmbH, installed it in the Seegers family home.
Here, the PV system, in conjunction with a storage system, in this case the hybrid inverter, is of course the perfect combination. And the energy management system also opens up numerous possibilities for the Seeger family, such as incorporating e-mobility, turning on the heating, and automatically controlling their washing machine. That's how the Seeger family have gained their energy independence. For us as installers, saving time is of course extremely important, and the SMA hybrid inverter offers us the greatest efficiency. We have only one device that we have to screw to the wall. All of the connections are made on the outside, and we do not have to open the device by unscrewing anything. And with the SMA 360 app, we can commission it even more quickly. That means we are much more flexible and much faster in installing the system.
To ensure the family can keep an eye on their energy budget at all times, they use the SMA Energy app.
In the app, I can see exactly how much electricity I'm currently consuming and how much I'm generating. That allows me to plan when I do the laundry or charge my electric car, for example. All of that is contained in a single app. I see precisely when charging took place and how much electricity it used, whether I charged with some surplus or charged rapidly, how much energy I've generated and consumed. And I can also see my independence from the electricity provider or from the utility grid in the app.
The example of the Seeger family shows that using a PV system and a storage system, you can achieve a particularly high degree of energy self-sufficiency with solar power. If you intelligently link electricity, heat, and mobility, you can actively help shape the energy transition from the comfort of your own home and beyond with your own solar filling station.
Dear viewers, that was a great look into the Sunny Tripower Smart Energy in use. And I'd say now it's time to take a little bit of a closer look, and now it's time for a product deep dive. And for this, I'd like to hand over to my colleague, Thierschmidt. Thomas is the platform product manager, and he really knows the Sunny Tripower Smart Energy better than any of us. And with that, Thomas, can I hand over to you?
Yeah, thanks, Kimsy, for the introduction. I'm very happy to be here and show you our new Sunny Tripower Smart Energy, give you a short introduction about the key features, and then afterwards I will show you directly in the studio how easy to configure the inverter and to connect it to the grid. The biggest advantage of the product is the high charge and discharge power. So with this, it is possible to charge the battery very fast with the maximum of available PV energy. And this is really important in spring or autumn. If you have days when the sun is shining only a few hours, then it's possible with our inverter to use this energy directly and put the maximum of the PV power into the battery. So you see it here on the screen. In the morning, the sun is not shining, we supply the household from the grid. Then the sun comes out and we directly charge with high charge power the battery until it's fully charged. And during the evening and the night, we use the battery energy from the battery and supply the household. And we are saving directly energy costs and reduce our energy bill. Next big point is the integrated backup functionality. So if it comes to a grid failure, the inverter switches automatically from grid-connected mode to the backup mode and supplies your loads in the household from the battery or from the PV system. And last but not least, the product is very flexible. It fits perfect in our energy system home with e-mobiles, washing machines, heat pumps, and one very nice advantage is also the fact that we can charge the inverter from DC and AC side. That means if you have PV inverters parallel installed to the hybrid inverter, or you want to create bigger plants and you plan to install more than one inverter, then it's possible that the parallel installed inverters also charged the battery via the Sunny Tripower Smart Energy. This is a very nice feature. And how easy we can install and configure the product, I will show you directly here in the studio. And let's go to the inverter and I will show it to you. And here it is, our new Sunny Tripower Smart Energy. Available in 4 power classes from 5 to 10 kilowatt. It fits perfect in our existing portfolio. All electrical connections are available from outside. That means you do not have to open the lid during the installation. And now I will shortly show you the electrical connection. At first, our AC side, and if you do it correctly, you hear a very nice click. At first, we connect the AC grid, then we connect the backup connector, then the communication for the Ethernet communication, then we connect the battery communication, plus minus of the battery, and last but not least, our PV generator. And if everything connected, switch on the inverter, and second, switch on the battery. And then we can easily use our SMA 360 app and configure it via our QR code. And now I will show you the easy configuration directly on the inverter. Okay, now we are starting the 360 app, and via the integrated QR code scanner, we scan the QR code from the inverter. Then the app connects automatically with the integrated web server of the inverter, and we can run very easily the integrated installation assistant. And in a few steps, we had configured the Sunny Tripower Smart Energy and the inverter perfectly. At first the communication settings, then relevant grid parameters, and last but not least, the battery. Here we have also battery functional test. There you can make a test charge and test discharge of the battery, that you can check if everything installed correctly and that you can leave the plant with a very good feeling that everything is connected correctly and the plant is running. That was the installation of the Sunny Tripower Smart Energy, and I will get back to Kimsy.
Thomas, thank you so much for that fascinating deep dive. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, the time has almost come for our Q&A session. If you have questions that you would like to hand in, it's very easy. You can either write them into the chat window or you can leave them as a comment in the commentary section, and we'll get to them in just a little while. And before we do so, we're going to take a look at a very short product summary in this video. See you in a moment. Well, dear viewers, right here at Let's Talk Energy, now it is time for your questions. So regardless if you are watching us on Facebook, on LinkedIn, on YouTube, or on SMA's landing page, please send in your questions. And Andreas and Joanna, welcome back. They will be answering your questions now. And we had a quick look. What you can see now in our Solar Academy studios, we've got 2 screens because already there's so many questions. Over 100 questions have reached us. So you're gonna have to answer as many as possible, not just with yes or no, obviously, but let's try to get to as many questions as possible. Are you ready?
Absolutely,
yes.
And I'm very curious to see and listen to the questions. Yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely. So I'd say let's get started. Are you ready too, Joanna?
Absolutely, yes.
Okay, so first question, similar to a question that I asked both of you a little bit earlier, but it's a question that a lot of you would like to know, and that is a question of availability and when the STP-SE will be delivered. So you said I could order it right now and it would be delivered into my home in April, but what about the other regions and the other markets? Can you break down a few for us, please?
Yes, I also saw a lot of questions regarding regions. When is it available in Australia, in Italy, in UK? And for sure, we would like to answer these questions. So, from tomorrow onwards, the SDP SE will be able to be ordered at our distributors. And then the delivery starts in April, May, in Germany, Austria, Switzerland, as well as Belgium, Netherlands, and Luxembourg. This is the first step. Then the second step will be that we will deliver our SDP SE to many other countries in the following months. Means May, June is starting the delivery, probably in markets like Australia, France, or UK.
Fantastic. So very, very soon, right?
Absolutely.
Great. Now, another question that came in that a lot of you would like to know is which batteries are compatible with the SDP SE? Joanna, would you like to answer that?
I'd like to, yes, thank you. So the Sunny Tripower Smart Energy is designed to be compatible with high voltage batteries. At the time of a product launch, it will be compatible to BYD, HVM and HVS batteries, and others will come thereafter. And the details about compatibility you will be able to read on the datasheet.
And the datasheet is going to be released a little bit later on today, say by the afternoon or early evening.
Indeed, that's the plan.
And if I would like to have a look at that datasheet, I just go on the SMA website.
Yes, and then you will be able to download it from the download section where the Sunny Tripower is also introduced.
Okay, so that's just a little bit later on today. But now, of course, let's get back to your questions, ladies and gentlemen, right here at Let's Talk Energy. So let's see, is this a 1- or 3-phase inverter? Somebody would like to know.
This is a 3-phase inverter, as indicated by our naming Sunny Tripower, which shows that it's a 3-phase product.
And is the Tripower system RF free, the radio frequency?
Oh, yes. So it is, as part of the European regulations and many other regulations, it is obviously tested for EMC compliance, and it is free of tribulation and can be installed in many situations. There's no interference.
Okay.
As tested in our test labs at SMA, which we proudly present as well.
Okay, okay. Now, another question that we would like to have answered from the two of you is what is the basic difference between the Sunny Island versus the Sunny Tripower Hybrid versus the Sunny Tripower Grid Inverter? That's a question that got to us via LinkedIn. How would you answer that?
Okay.
You or shall I?
You make it start and then I continue?
Okay, when we see the Sunny Island, this is an AC coupled low voltage system, and the Sunny Island can be used for sure in remote areas and off-grid applications, for sure, also as well in grid-connected backup systems in Germany as an example. The Sunny Tripower SE is a DC coupled high voltage system, so with high voltage batteries. And our standard SDP grid tied inverter, this is a 3-phase inverter for PV applications without storage. For sure, also a separate Sunny Boy storage system can be connected here, so the Sunny Tripower is more used in a modular system.
I see, I see. Joanna, there's so many questions coming in. Which is the next question that you would like to answer?
Actually, I do see one, which is what power classes, what power ranges are available. So this Sunny Tripower Smart Energy is available in the power classes of 5, 6, 8, and 10 kW right from the beginning of the product launch.
Another very technical question just came up, and that's the MPP tracker question. How many MPP trackers are used?
Yes, great question as well. So we do have 2 individual MPP trackers, and each of them has a 12.5 current.
Okay.
Ampere current.
Mm-hmm. And is it, one question is, I understand the maximum power is 15 kilowatts. Will it be possible to connect a few units in parallel to then therefore increase power? Is that something that's possible, Andreas?
So parallel connection of the SDP SE is not possible at the moment, but what for sure can be done is to connect an SDP SE in parallel with a Sunny Boy storage or a standard Sunny Tripower. And this, I think, will be a very typical system we will see in future, because many systems are installed with a capacity of 15 or 20 kilowatt, and also here the SDP SE is a perfect product for.
Thank you, Andreas. What is the maximum charge and discharge, Joanna?
That really depends on the individual situation based on the battery which is connected, but and also the product power class, but it's up to 10 kW in general.
Okay. Thank you very much. And now, of course, if you have questions, you can send them in via LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, and of course also on our SMA landing page. And now let's see what the next question is. Okay, that's also a great one. What is the switchover time in case of a power outage?
Oh, that is a great question. That's indeed true. So as we pointed out in the presentation, the product does have an automated backup system where loads can be connected selected loads can be connected in the event of a power outage, and the switchover time is 30 milliseconds. And it can be adjusted. So it can be, if somebody needs a slower one for whatever reason, it can also be adjusted.
So if I ask the question as a home user, would that mean that I say, okay, in case of a power outage, I definitely want to have power go to my freezer, for instance, and I definitely want to have power go to my EV charger, for instance, and everything else is sort of not that important. Would those two then be safe in terms of a power outage? I would have to predetermine those, right?
Absolutely. You would have to predetermine those together with your installer. And those loads, the dedicated loads as we call them, or the selected loads, will then be connected to the backup circuit.
Okay, so I'm safe in any case.
Now, there are certain limitations, like let's say, if you have something which has a tremendous amount of power surge, but that's something which can be discussed.
Okay. And I'm sure my installer can find a fantastic solution for that problem.
Absolutely.
Then too. And okay, let's talk about the internet for a second. Is a Wi-Fi system also possible without LAN? What would you say to that?
So for sure, also Wi-Fi is integrated, but let's say for a typical system with a battery, we recommend to connect it via LAN, so via cables. So this is much higher security in data transmission.
And I have a continuous data transmission. I mean, my internet at home sometimes isn't the way it should be.
Let's say it works with Wi-Fi, no problem. But as all of us know, Wi-Fi connections can be unstable. So let's say if you want to have 100% security, then go with a LAN connection.
And does the inverter supply energy to all the loads or only the backup load?
Oh, yes, this is another backup question. So backup indeed seems to be a very important topic. As this is, in the case of a power outage, it only provides power to the dedicated backup loads, not to everything in the household.
Okay, just the dedicated ones like we just discussed a little bit earlier. Can I just give you guys a compliment? This is great. Like, these questions are coming from everywhere. Andreas and Johanna are just like boo, 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 answering everything, because you don't know what's coming next, and it could be a very technical data sheet question, and it could be a simple question like my freezer. So thank you very much. Let's see, which one should we take next? Can we use the LG Prime batteries?
No, the LG. Let's say the LG Prime batteries. If I remember right, no. But in future we can use the LG Flex batteries. So the LG Flex series will be certified from SMA. If I remember right, in the second half of this year.
Okay.
Am I right, Joanna?
Yes. So LG has announced the new battery series, and we are working on compatibility as we speak.
Is there a possibility to distribute the power of the 10 kilowatts over the phases in an imbalance? Is there a possibility?
Yes, so the total power is 10 kW, as we discussed before. And since this is a three-phase system, we have 3.3, actually up to 3.6 kilowatt per phase, and it can work with an imbalance.
Okay. Back to the topic of batteries. Of course, that's a question that is important to many of our viewers out there. Which models of batteries are allowed? In the video, we saw BYD HVS were present, and what is the maximum admitted capacity? And also another question, is the Sunny Island now being phased out?
Perhaps I may start with your last question about the Sunny Island. For sure not. So the Sunny Island is one of the most popular SMA products and very much demanded globally in on-grid and off-grid applications. So the Sunny Island will be continued. And the second question was now...
What models of batteries?
The models of batteries. Yeah, we will start with the BYD HVS and HVM. And the maximum admitted capacity, Joanna, here, this question I have to pass over to you. Do you know it?
Quite honestly, I would have to look it up in the data sheet, which is also available, as we said before. I don't have this figure memorized.
Okay, absolutely. So if you would like to have a look at the data sheet, as we mentioned a little bit earlier, you can download it this afternoon. Of course, we could all read this now, but I think we have too many questions to go through at the moment. So, dear viewer, I hope you take our apology and check out the data sheet a little bit later this afternoon. Now, we would like to know, will it integrate with the SMA Home Manager or with the Data Manager as well? Home or data?
So the Sunny Tripower SE can be integrated with the Sunny Home Manager. So this is the product which is compatible with the SDP SE. Yeah. I think what also is an exciting question is below the number 3. Perhaps we can take this one.
Sure. Guarantees, of course, very important question. So what are the guarantees that are given on the SDP SE? What are we looking at here?
Yeah, guarantees, important question, absolutely. And we will give a 10 years warranty on the SMA Sunny Tripower Smart Energy. The first 5 years are already integrated, and for the second 5 years, the customer has to register the product.
So you just have to register. It's not an additional, you don't have to pay or anything.
Absolutely right, Kimsy. It's so said, free of charge, you just have to register.
Okay, and then I've got 10 years of worry-free.
Absolutely, yeah, no worries for 10 years with this great product.
That sounds like a deal, yeah?
Kimsy, maybe something I've said before has been misunderstood, or maybe I explained this wrong, because I do see another follow-up question about the loads. And please let me point out or clarify that in on-grid situations, all loads are applied or supplied. Only in backup situations, we need to worry about or select selected loads, pick selected loads. Otherwise, that would be kind of weird usage of, but anyway, in on-grid, all loads. Okay. That was a clarification question I just see popping up there.
Okay, the April delivery that was mentioned, which is of course my delivery date. Now, is that also for Australia? And as a related question, I presume you have already applied for approval.
Yeah, so as said before, Australia probably we will be able to deliver this market starting from May, June onwards. And for sure, when we start delivery, then for sure we will fulfill all required certificates.
Okay. So Australia, of course, is on your list. Absolutely, right. So how do I trigger a heat pump with the SDP SE? And which heat pumps are compatible is another question that reached us. And also, is SG Ready included? Joanna?
Great question, as we've been talking about, integration in a smart home for quite some time already. So with the Sunny Home Manager, it is no problem to connect the inverter in the system and also activate heat pumps. And the protocols which we need are either EE-bus or SG Ready, and based on the heat pump manufacturer and type, whatever protocol is spoken, this is the one which should be selected for the Sunny Home Manager.
Would you like to add something?
Yeah, I think what would really help is if our customers go on our homepage and have a look in our so-called smart home brochure, because there you find a lot of information about all this field of heat pumps, and also which heat pumps are compatible from which brands. So very useful.
And that information is up on the website now already, of course, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. Space for the installation, also a great question. Now we can see here in the picture behind you how much space would be taken, but the question is exactly how much, how many centimeters, what's the space that I need to have space for?
Yeah, in many applications, space is always a trigger and a challenge, because we see today a lot of family homes with small technical rooms, and therefore also the inverter, the leaner, the better, I would say. And the SDP Smart Energy is, I would say, has a good fit. The width is 50 centimeters and the height is 60 centimeters. So
compact.
Very compact and easy to install. I think in this regard also the weight can be important.
What's the weight?
The weight is 30 kg. So I would say if it's a strong installer, he managed it alone, 30 kg, but with 2 people, no problem at all to install it.
Okay. Price. Let's talk about the money for a minute. Of course, that is something that is very important to all of us. So can you name names or numbers in this case? How much will the Sunny Tripower Smart Energy cost?
Yeah, I understand that this question is coming about the price, for sure.
If you start answering a question like that, guys, that means there will not be an exact answer here.
You have to understand, Kimsey, we have now different customer groups at the screens, and we have our distributors, installers, also end users are watching here. And let's say for each customer group, there is for sure a different price, because everybody is making his own price to his customer. And therefore I would like to ask you, please go to your supplier, to your installing partner, and ask for the price. I'm sure you will get a very competent and also fair offer.
Fantastic, obviously. So you can't say I didn't try. I tried for you guys. So can I replace an old Sunny Boy from 2010 with the SDP SE? Is that possible?
Yes, absolutely. I was just thinking about, what kind of installation is this? So obviously, as with every retrofit or change of an existing installation, it has to be considered what is the plant layout and what kind of communication do I have. But in terms of compatibility to modules, in terms of usability, definitely.
Okay. A power question next. Does the SDP SE export power to the grid? Does it have that possibility?
It's an exciting question. For sure, the Sunny Tripower SE is injecting or exporting to the grid. No question, a standard application. More often we receive the question about zero export, which means that we have markets and customers who don't want the inverter to inject into the grid. And also,
because they want to use it themselves?
They want to use it themselves, or there are regulations in a market. And Joanna, if I'm right, the zero export function will come in our SDP Smart Energy.
Yes, absolutely. So there are different ways this will be realized, but let's say if there's a stop signal, then obviously the power, together with a Sunny Home Manager or the energy meter, the power will be used within the household. This is one of the greatest advantages, by the way, of our system, that we do not have just to cut off the power generation, but can use the power to, for example, load the battery, which is time independent, or to load other consumers in the household. So yes, zero export is possible, and no, I do not lose the energy at the same time. Two advantages.
Fantastic, fantastic. Now, let's see what the next question is. When will the first training take place in the Solar Academy? When will that be?
Yeah, the Solar Academy, our dear colleagues from the Solar Academy are already preparing the first trainings for the SDP Smart Energy, and shortly they also will announce the first dates on our homepage. So dear customers, please visit the website of our Solar Academy, and in the next days you will find there also the first training dates for the SDP Smart Energy.
Very good. So definitely stay tuned to this address right here, the homepage of SMA. In this case, to get more information about the trainings on the Solar Academy. How long is such a training? Is it a day? Is it more than one day? Is it a few hours? How can I picture this?
Yeah, we have, because of COVID and all these 2 last years, we do offer all our trainings as a webinar. So you can visit our trainings digitally. Typically, the trainings will take place between 1 and 3 hours digitally. And we expect that also, hopefully, before summer latest, our Solar Academy will open again, and then we'll receive our guests here. And then typically we do have 1-day trainings. So they start in the morning at 10 and go to the afternoon 3-4 o'clock. This is a standard training, so 1-day training.
Mm-hmm. And looking at all the questions we have coming in, I would suggest that we also have an extra session about the backup capability, because there are really many questions about this topic. I do see another one whether, for example, the NVTech switch is needed for backup operation. So the answer is no. The AC contactor is integrated in the inverter, and to supply power to the dedicated loads, we do not need an extra box and extra NVTech connector. So really a lot of interest for backup here.
Mm. Another interesting question is that of the EV charger. We spoke a little bit earlier about the EV charger in the use in the home. Is this EV charger an SMA product also?
Absolutely. This is one of the newest additions to our portfolio. And yes, it's an SMA product.
Absolutely. Okay, so we have only a few more minutes for your questions. So if you would still like to write in a question, do it quickly. And of course, the important information here, if we should not get to your questions during the session, which still has about 2 minutes, 45 seconds, then the questions will be answered a little bit later on by the product managers or also the social media team. So no question will be lost, and we thank you kindly for all the questions. Another one is, where's this product actually produced, guys?
Yeah, this product is developed and engineered in Germany, and we are cooperating here for sure with different suppliers worldwide, which is, I would say, absolutely naturally. So it's a, let's say, home-based, developed and engineered product by SMA.
Okay. Now let's see what we have next. What about connecting more than one battery and letting them run parallel? Is that something that's possible?
Another great question. At this moment, or actually no, it is not intended to use several batteries in parallel with the Sunny Tripower Smart Energy. For those applications, there's, for example, the Sunny Island installations, or also the Sunny Boy storage. But with the Sunny Tripower Smart Energy, this is not a feature.
And can I use more than one SDP SE or SBS in one system?
Another great question.
Sorry.
At this, sorry. No, at this moment it is not possible to use more than one Sunny Tripower Smart Energies in the system. Should we have larger installations, like for example with the new EEG, we are going towards 30 kW installations. It is very much possible, and it's a good design, to have several PV inverters, but then only one Sunny Tripower Smart Energy in the system, which acts basically as the master to give basically the controls to when to load the battery, when to discharge, when to charge.
Joanna, thank you so much. Andreas, thank you so much. Our time, unfortunately, is up already. You guys did fantastic. Any question that comes your way, you have no problems answering it. Ladies and gentlemen, this brings us to the end of Let's Talk Energy and the world premiere right here of the SDP SE. Great that you were our viewers today. We thank you kindly for your attention. Now, of course, important information, the data sheet, as mentioned, will be available on the SMA homepage a little bit later on today. Of course, in the next couple of of days, there's going to be, or weeks, let's say maybe, there's going to be information on the trainings in the Solar Academy. So please make sure to check out the homepage to get the information there if you're going to go for an online training, or if you would like to come to a training a little bit later on in the year here in the Solar Academy, where I have to say it's very impressive. Great, great building. So we are going to finish out this world premiere with a use case video, which is going to summarize all the fantastic benefits of the video. And as mentioned a little bit earlier, if we didn't answer your question now in this session, we didn't have that much time and we had so many questions. Don't worry, your question will be answered. The social media team as well as the product managers are on it, and they will be answering every single question. So no question will be lost. I thank you very much for your attention. I hope we're going to see you in the spring, because that's when the next world premiere is waiting just around the corner. You can't say what it is yet, right? No, we're going to keep it a secret. Can you say a little bit, sir? Yeah, a little bit. Just a little.
Let's say it's more a secret, but let's say to say some words. Yes, our next launch will come in April, and I hope also, Kimsy, that you will join us.
I would love to.
For this launch event coming in April, and it will be a product out of our, let's say, home and commercial area, I would say. Yeah.
Okay.
So very exciting product, I think. Yeah.
I think we all meet here again in the springtime. Thank you so much for your attention. Thank you to you guys. And from all of us here in the studio at the Solar Academy, stay happy, stay healthy, stay safe, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.